Breaking news into CBS Sports HQ, where Juan Soto is joining the New York Mets. Per multiple reports, Soto has agreed to a 15-year, $765 million contract, including a $75 million signing bonus. That works out to an average annual value of $51 million per season. The $765 million figure sets an MLB record of surpassing Shohei Ohtani's 10-year, $700 million contract last offseason. Just 26 years old, Soto's coming off an all-star season in 2024 where he hit .288 with 41 homers and 109 RBIs with the Yankees. He joins a Mets team that won 89 games last year, reaching the NLCS before falling in 6 games to the World Series champion Dodgers. We're now joined by CBS Sports MLB analyst and former executive of the year, Jim Bowden. Jim, we spoke not too long ago, and I said, I'm sure we're going to be talking here again soon. Well, who knew we'd be talking again this soon? Juan Soto ending that bidding war and going for the Yanks' crosstown rival in the Mets. You're out there in Dallas for the winter meetings, and I'm sure things are a-buzzing out there, are they not?
Look, I think the jaws are dropping everywhere here. People are absolutely stunned at what this deal really is. I mean, you know, you mentioned the $765 million. There's also escalators in this contract that will take it to $800 million. And oh, by the way, if he's not happy after 2029, he can opt out of this contract. So the guarantee is $51 million a year for 15 years until he's 41 years old. But it can end up being much more than that as well. This is the biggest contract in American sports history, not just in Major League Baseball, but in all the power sports. It blew everyone out of the water. The Yankees did not play at this level, and understandably so. And a lot of people are going to point to the fact that, well, this breaks Shohei Ohtani's record of $700 million last year. Yeah, that's actually not the case, because Shohei Ohtani's contract, so much of it is deferred that the net present value of Ohtani's deal is somewhere between $440 and $460 million, depending upon if you want to ask the Players Association or if you want to ask the clubs. And so you're talking about a contract that literally is over $300 million more than what Ohtani got. He's 26 years old. I've told people continuously he's Ted Williams with 40 home run power, at least in Yankee Stadium, 40 home run power. Probably with the Mets, it's going to be 35 home run power. But he is that good of a hitter. Not a very good defender in the outfield. And he doesn't have a lot of speed, right? He's a good base runner, doesn't have a lot of speed. I think this contract is going to work out really well for the New York Mets for the first 8 years of this contract, maybe 9 years. And I think that is going to be great. He'll probably DH for the end of this contract, and the contract won't end well. It won't end well like Miguel Cabrera's didn't end well, or Albert Pujols's didn't end well, or Ken Griffey Jr.'s didn't end well. It won't end well, but it's okay. And I think what Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, just showed the world is I'll pay whatever it takes to win. I will absolutely outbid all of you at a level that you will not compete. And that's what he did to land Juan Soto tonight. And what a way to start the winter meetings, Kiana. Can you imagine a better way to start the meetings than watching an owner drop $800 million on a player? My goodness.
And like you mentioned, you're talking about the longevity of this deal with Stephen Cohen. Worried about right now. He'll worry about that later on down the line, but right now his focus is on winning, and that's why he brought in Juan Soto. But just how did the other contract offers compare? Who are the other teams? I mean, we talk about Red Sox, Yankees, but what was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically Red Sox, Yankees at the end. I mean, the Red Sox played a little bit. Dodgers played some. Blue Jays played some. But nobody played at the level of the New York Mets, and that's how they got him. I mean, I think if things became equal near the end, I think there was a really good chance he would go back to the New York Yankees. But it wasn't close at the end. And what'll be fascinating is to see how the Yankees pivot from here. We've heard a lot of scuttlebutt in the lobby over the last hour that they will quickly pivot towards Corbin Burns, who's also another Scott Boras client. They also have interest in Anthony Santander, who hit 44 home runs, oh, by the way, with the Baltimore Orioles last year. So the Yankees have a lot of work to do to pivot over losing Soto. This is a huge loss for them. But I expect Brian Cashman and his owner, Al Steinbrenner, to pivot quickly and swiftly. So we'll see what they're able to do over the next couple of days.
Jim, when we spoke earlier, we were talking about just some of those other free agents and maybe some of those other dominoes that would fall once the Juan Soto deal became complete with whoever that might be. But looking back at this Yankees team and maybe some of those names that are out there, and we even talk trades, what do you think is the next big step for the Yankees?
Yeah, look, I think for the New York Yankees, obviously they're going to have to replace the bat. And Willie Adames is already off the books. He already signed with the San Francisco Giants here. So they have some flexibility here. They could go after Alex Bregman if they wanted to. Put him at third base, move Jazz Chisholm to second because Gleyber Torres is a free agent. They could decide to go sign Anthony Santander to play right field to replace Soto. This is a 44 home run hitter from a year ago. Not the same kind of hitter, of course, as Soto is, but he certainly has the same kind of power. And at Yankee Stadium, that power would play. They could also decide to put the emphasis on the starting pitching. Can you imagine if they were able to sign Corbin Burnes, who they had a Zoom meeting with last week? You put Burnes and Cole and Rodon at the top of that starting rotation. That's a pretty deadly rotation for them right there. So, I think the Yankees will react here. They've lost Soto. They've lost Clay Holmes. They've got some work to do. I have a lot of confidence in GM Brian Cashman, manager Aaron Boone, and the owner Hal Steinbrenner that they will react and they will make moves after this. It'll be fun to watch their pivot this week.
It's going to be fun to watch everything else just transpire because I feel like the entire baseball world has been waiting to see where does he land and then looking to make the next steps after that. And you're right there in the middle of the action out in Dallas, and I'm sure it'll be the talk of the town. What a way to kick off winter meetings. Jim Bowden, as always, we appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you can get some sleep after all of this. But everyone's pretty hype about Juan Soto landing in his new spot. How about Donovan Mitchell? Let's just say, let's go. Juan Soto, now a New York Met.